Hey guys, welcome back to some more Portal 2. We helped Wheatley now become in charge of the whole facility, and looks like that was a mistake.
Oh, hi. So, how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato.
Best line of the game.
Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing.
Like one of the two things she got to preserve. Her mind and a slow clap.
Look, we can't complain, we do those too.
We're not busy other than that. Here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility.
Oh, crap.
Crap.
Good, that's still working.
That's still working.
Isn't actually bottomless. Do you think maybe you could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it? Just remember to land on one foot.
How about no?
I love how this shaft is so massively long, they actually just had to stop with the ladder. It's like it stops another 50 plus feet before the bottom.
Now, remind me, can you grab her on the way down?
No, she just free falls the whole time. You can't do anything in that. It's just an interactable cutscene. But if you could, just throw it right back up. So now get back in that body and take control of this place. Something tells me it may blow up while we're gone.
Aperture Space Labs now.
Yeah, I saw that the logo changed on the logo screen.
Yes, it did, because we're now in a different section of the game. So we're not in Aperture Labs as we know it. We fell into the old section, which is the Aperture Science portion of Aperture Labs. A very forgotten about place by today's standards in the whole Aperture Labs Corporation, because they built on different layers over the years. So this is the beginning section of the company that they just built on top of.
How many miles underground is this thing?
That is a great question, because I don't know if it's ever really been confirmed, but it's many miles underground.
Because it's just like, you fell for quite a while. I'm not gonna lie, just sugarcoat. Like,
Yeah. No, we did. We did, really. Like, I don't know how long, but it's been long enough for, like, a whole exposition section, so definitely, like, halfway through the world long of a drop.
At least your leg springs still work.
Yeah. Now, I don't show any of these differences in, like, the main menu screen, because we're playing through from start to finish in the playthrough, but every time you get to a different section in Portal 2, the menus do change to reflect what section you were last playing.
Ooh, excellent.
Now, if we're in the menus in the game, they would reflect that we're in this section of Portal 2, in the Aperture Science portion.
Welcome to a new section of the game. Now you can zoom with the camera.
He's like, thanks, I've already been doing that since Test Chamber 1, and you taught me this very early on.
I'm sorry, is the tutorial guy in this game the dragons from Peacekeepers? You can charge things that are armored. Oh yeah, I haven't been doing that for 6 other levels.
Yeah, right?
gosh.
Did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top of your jump?
Yes. How do you think I got here?
Yes, I know.
My favorite are the ones that tell you, press the X button to glide. It's like, yeah, I know, that's how I got here, because it's physically impossible without gliding.
So glad that they fixed up some of those dragons in the Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm also happy that for some of them they just stayed as is. I'm just like, I would have been upset if none of them just said thank you for releasing me and left.
Yeah,
I'm also really glad that Cletus still just goes,
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
Cletus is the best dragon in that game.
That's like the most random lined one, but of course they had to keep it because it's one of the more infamous lines from the dragons.
My other favorite is probably,
You have no idea how long I've been trapped in crystal. And, neither do I. Who are you again?
Yeah. Alzheimer's hits like mid-conversation.
I have a bad feeling you just opened something epic.
I swear, if the loading screen changes to Aperture Science Bakery, then I'd get even more confused. How much further down does this place go?
the early days, we actually did make cake. We quickly learned that was not a good idea. We learned murder was better.
Could you imagine that's all that Portal 3 is about? Portal 3 is just about going further down than we already have. And it's just, yeah, we used to be a library, we used to be a bakery, we used to make shoes.
I'm guessing that means corrosive material.
Jump in, let's find out.
Don't jump in.
Yeah, be fine. Don't worry about it.
Back in the old days where the signage didn't have people as stick figures. Think about that. Humans used to actually work here.
Yeah.
Like, if you swim in this, you will not have legs anymore.
Well, it's good to know at least we're far enough down that we can actually see water of some kind.
Yeah, also like a winding staircase for a launch pad or metal harbor.
Yeah. If you get up there fast enough, you get an extreme 1500 point bonus that you're probably going to need to actually get the A rank.
Have you found the chow yet?
It's the best character in the game.
Wait, limo? They had actual money?
That was the limo?
Man, what a weird limo. It was filled with an idiot who now has control of this entire facility.
It's the best character in the game. Voiced by none other than the great J.K. Simmons.
Layer that text on top of each
Also
other.
talks over himself. Alright, that's a weird time for that to happen.
Speaking of Sonic Adventure 2, I'll make you eat those words.
Yeah, same kind of energy.
Hey guys, it's J. Jonah Jameson.
I was about to say.
Where's the Spider-Man line in this game then?
You serious?
I would have loved to have seen a mod that just replaces a lot of Cave Johnson's lines with some of J. Jonah Jameson's lines, just because at that point.
I don't want potato batteries. I only want pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah. What am I gonna do with these?
I love J.K. Simmons.
Now, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but isn't the defining difference between the potato batteries upstairs and Cave Johnson that he's more enthusiastic about lemons?
Yeah.
So the only experiment that had a lemon is just like, that'd be his favorite.
Yeah, exactly, because we have that whole lemon quote that happens a couple times in this game. Because we already had the one turret earlier on that gave us a lemon quote. And then there is a lemon quote here from Cave Johnson's later on as well.
A quote that people have quoted a million times but don't realize is from this game.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people just remember the quote more than where it actually came from.
I mean, we did replace all those turrets with lemons.
Yeah, so it's very fitting.
True. Very nice double entendre, nicely done. I appreciate that thoroughly. It might just be me, but does this remind anyone of the opening area from Doom 3?
Yes.
Like, okay, it's not just me, good.
I mean, it could be just as dark as Doom 3.
Like, I was just thinking, like, same level of fog, same color palette. It just, I could feel it.
And we're talking OG Doom 3. We're not talking about the BFG edition where they actually gave you a flashlight.
Oh, I mean, I've only got the BFG edition, but I still see it.
Guys, we found the alpha.
Just someone cue the dating spot music. Today is not sponsored by Aperture Space Lab.
I don't think anyone wants to be sponsored by this company, to be fair.
Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
No hand-holding.
No hand-holding.
We all know that that's a sin around here. Don't you do that.
Okay, Johnson senses that you have the guide open, the Steam overlay. He just crashes everything. No guides. No hand-holding. Turn it off.
No hand-holding. You're fired. Wait, I need more staff. You're unfired. Come here.
This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last portion.
Wait, he only knows the name of it? He doesn't know what it does?
Yeah, that's about right.
That did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative.
You broke every bone.
Also, that's the OG portal gun design. It's just like this big old vacuum pack style thing that you just walk around with.
I do kind of love the alien style roll cage mech suit. It is kind of freaking cool.
Yeah.
It low-key reminds me of in Bioshock when you start getting the Big Daddy parts put onto you.
Yeah, and you get progressively more and more bulky over time.
Look, I was complaining about squares, and now all the buttons are square. What's going on here?
And then you get fish. And I love that part too. Whenever you get in Bioshock, whenever you get in the Big Daddy suit, and your vision just becomes fish-eyed.
Oh, I think it was disorienting when I first played. I've got OG Cube. OG Cube.
Even old, little rusted looking too.
Has just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. About the control group all damn day.
The more we hear these messages, the more personality we really get to see from Cade Johnson. He doesn't let anyone tell him what to do. He just does what he wants. For better or for worse, for his sake.
Well, like he said, he's pretty much the boss. He's going to do what he wants to do.
Yep, again, for better or for worse, for his sake.
Well, with the more parallels to Jameson that we notice, intentional or otherwise, like, it's just, if we get to No Way Home levels of you know, Unhinged, we may have some problems.
Yeah, although that is kind of a funny thing you mentioned that too, because when they added the custom test chambers for the PC version, there are new lines they recorded for Cade Johnson too. One of the lines he even talks about, it's just, I can record these messages and send them through no matter what universe we're at. Like, alright, yep, this is about right for the series, just being nutty.
Oh, wow.
We
like,
get
look,
the Sorry.
No, it's all good. I have no idea where I was going with that. You go.
I was just like, we're gonna be bouncing around, bouncing off the walls here, quite literally.
Yeah, we really get to see just how crazy tests can get with the blue gel. Because what this game does with the gels is really only scratching the surface of a lot of the different mechanics. If you really want to see how well these kind of things can translate into tests, check out a lot of the custom-made ones from the fans in the PC version of the game, just through the Steam Workshop. Because what this game does with it is already really fascinating just in the main campaign, and also the co-op. But the fans really know what to do with those gels. I've seen some very interesting test chambers with those gels.
Plus, it's also a case of you get a lot more practicality considered in the multiplayer as well. So even the multiplayer starts to get more creative than the single player does with this stuff.
Yeah, like there are some test chambers in co-op where you need to use gels in a very specific way just for your partner, and then just gotta change it up for the next part of the solution.
All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. Asbestos.
That's upsetting.
The lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face. You make up your own rules, just like me.
I love that line!
It just really shows, yep, I don't care, this is me.
Bloosh.
Now, one weird thought came to mind in terms of, like, we've been talking about Portal RTX. I wonder if Portal RTX would increase the fidelity of this section of the game, or for the sake of consistency, would intentionally leave it disconnected.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Just to be like, yeah, it's the old test chamber, so let's make it all gritty. But then it's like high fidelity grit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they could, to be fair, because I mean, the point of the Portal RTX version was mainly just for that graphical showcase, but to take that same tech in other games like this, you would definitely see it to be more shiny, but it would still look old and run down.
We can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
That Ratman room with all the cups of coffee is starting to raise a lot more eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. It's like a thing we don't drink coffee, but him? Yeah, Ratman's kind of be screwed.
Now, if
You see all these mugs here on the floor? There's less milk and calcium in the carton we got that from than there is in all these cups of coffee. That's probably concerning.
Also, that wasn't bean juice. That was asbestos.
That was not bean soup. That was death soup. Don't drink it. It'll kill you. But my calculator makes a happy face, so...
So it don't matter.
We'll deal with it. You see that translucent stuff? That's not water. That's asbestos.
You know, it probably actually is.
Alright, this next test...
Remember, don't listen.
So, word of
See, the
advice.
asbestos washes away all of the test.
Don't make eye contact.
Also your health.
Lab boys tell me that'll wipe out time. Entirely.
I don't think that's intentional because it's dripping from the
Yeah, no, this is definitely not part of the test. This is just the chamber falling apart. Like, the thing is, you're not supposed to be actually going through these sections since it's old Aperture. It's all decommissioned. Nothing here is supposed to be working. So what Shell is actually doing in this section is really just finagling her way around whatever is still salvageable, which is very convenient. All these gels still are flowing through all these different tubes. Because if they weren't even a thing, then, yeah, Shell would just not be getting out of this bottom section of Aperture.
The benefit of them never working out what the material is actually made out of and how it affects the human skeleton.
If you're hearing this, it means you're taking a long time on the catwalks between tests. The lab boys say that might be a fear reaction. I'm no psychiatrist, but coming from a bunch of eggheads who wouldn't recognize the thrill of danger if it walked up and snapped their little pink bras, that sounds like protection. They didn't fly into space, storm on the beach, or bring back the gold. No, sir, we did. It's you and me against the world, son. I like your grit. Hustle could use some work, though. Now let's solve this thing.
Can't tell if sexist or just really stubborn. Probably both. It's this old Aperture we're talking about.
Yeah. No, like, abrasively sexist. Absolutely.
Yeah.
cover this whole room in blue gel.
It could. It'd definitely be a mistake. I want to cover that box in blue gel. Thing is, you never want to cover a box in blue gel if you want to actually use it, because it will never stay stationary. Which, in that case, works in your favor to actually get it off the button.
Wait, no! I need someone to take photos of Spider-Man! You're unfired!
Not you, test subject. You're doing fine.
Did we get a raise?
No.
You say that word one more time and you actually are fired.
Could you pay me in advance? You're serious?